Very well, thank you. How are you? My main objective for the brand is to grow the brand profitably, for the benefit of our customers, for our florists, and our recipients. So we work with about 1,000 independent florists, and we really want to support those florists on the high street, delighting customers and delighting recipients. To do that, we need to and continue to invest in technology and marketing. And yeah, with the primary aim of growing the brand profitably as we have done for a number of years. Yeah, we really try and pull out our USPs. So we really try and talk about our florists throughout the customer journey. We talk about our international delivery offering. So we deliver to France and countries throughout the world. We talk about our same day delivery. So we try and consistently talk about those things throughout the customer touch points on the site, as well as offsite as well. So really getting that consistent messaging across. And we really try and make the customer journey, as all other e-commerce retailers do, we try and make it as frictionless as possible, so that the act of purchasing, whilst not as enjoyable as the act of receiving flowers, is still a pleasurable experience. We've faced a number of challenges, as I'm sure all e-commerce retailers have. Um, from a number of different viewpoints. So specifically, I guess from a supply point of view, initially it was quite difficult even to bring flowers into the country. A lot of the wholesalers and auction houses weren't delivering flowers into the country to the levels that we would normally have expected. So florists were struggling to get flowers to deliver, and then we had a number of florists that understandably were choosing not to deliver. So in the UK, I think as per France, a lot of our all of our florist shops had to close. So we had, yeah, people unable to bring flowers into the country, and then a number of florists that were actually closed. What we did see was quite a surprising increase in demand at the same time, though. So struggling to get flowers into the country, florists close, yet really high demand from customers who were, because of restrictions on travel and all that kind of thing, they were wanting to understandably send flowers to their loved ones. So we had really high demand that obviously we were wanting to meet for the benefit of those florists that were continuing to deliver, and for those customers that were wanting to send a gift to their loved one for special occasions. And we had that whilst balancing, obviously, first and foremost, the health and safety of our florists and of our customers. So there was no pressure on florists to open if they didn't choose to, but those that did, we absolutely supported And then in terms of the recipients, we introduced contactless delivery. So rather than handing the bouquet over on the doorstep, we did a contactless delivery where the driver would knock on the door, put the flowers on the doorstep, and wait for the recipient to answer the door. So really putting safety to the forefront, both from a florist perspective and also a recipient perspective. Well, historically, we've offered email, we've offered old-fashioned ability for customers to write to us via letter, via the post. We've offered telephone lines for care and telesales, email, chat. But as of April, when we unfortunately had to close our head office and we all started to work from home, we were unable to offer the telephone lines, and therefore we've become increasingly reliant on email, but also, I guess, mostly on live chat, which has been great. Customers have really welcomed the opportunity to chat to us on live chat through iAdvise, and we're seeing some really good customer satisfaction rates for those customers that have been chatting to us. Going forward, that's what we'll continue to do, and we're also exploring new options through iAdvise for customers to contact us. So even when we're not trading, when our contact center people aren't working, they, for example, customers would be able to leave us a message via Messenger for one of our team to pick up at the start of the next working day, and then to continue that conversation with the customer. Okay. Um, I guess for ourselves, omnichannel, albeit a relatively new term, maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 years old, maybe, omnichannel has been core to our business for nearly 100 years. So for nearly 100 years, we've had customers walking into a florist shop and purchasing flowers for themselves. We've had customers walking into a florist shop and then sending flowers to another florist elsewhere in the country or elsewhere around the world. We've had telesales for a number of years. We were one of the first e-commerce retailers to launch a transactional website. And then we've taken our first steps into voice commerce as well. So omnichannel has been key to us and key to our florists for a long time. What's really important to us is to have a successful and happy florist network, and therefore I'm personally, and as a business, we're more than happy if a customer comes to our website specifically just to find the details of their local florist, so they can visit their florist or to purchase wedding flowers or funeral flowers through their local florist. We're more than happy to pass on the details of that local florist via Find a Florist or via an iAdvise live chat, regardless of whether that customer transacts on our site, because the omnichannel approach and specifically the well-being and success of our florists is absolutely paramount to our business. Like in terms of live chats, kind of involvement in that, as I say, we link up between ourselves and the customer and florist via live chat, which brings everything together really nicely, and it's something we're increasingly looking at going forward, especially in the absence of telephone contact for the foreseeable future. Yeah, as I say, without messaging, and we would have only had email as a method of contact. And as great as email is, and customers continue to contact us via email, it doesn't offer that immediacy that telephone calls do and that live chat does. So for those customers, or indeed those florists that wanted an immediate response from us, live chat was incredibly important and became, as a proportion of our contacts, was absolutely key. And interestingly, the customer satisfaction scores that we've had from our customers that have contacted us has been fantastic, even in the absence of telephone calls. So customers, for whatever reason, whether it's their kind of their understanding of the current situation, or whether it's the quality of our experienced care staff, or whether they just like the technology, customers have really been receptive to the live chat experience, and we've seen that through high customer satisfaction scores. Yeah, it's historically been much easier for us to measure the satisfaction of a live chat customer, because at the end of a live chat we offer kind of the smiley faces of the red and the green and the amber to determine how satisfied a customer is. So we know how satisfied customers are with our live chat functionality. We target customers within the website where we think they may be struggling. So if, for example, they've been on a product page for a period of time, we will offer that live chat functionality so that we can help them overcome that struggle. So yeah, it's been important and reassuring that we've continued to see that high satisfaction, but with on a greater proportion of our customers now, and our overall satisfaction rates, not just with relation to individual chats, but our overall satisfaction rates that we measure through various channels has been really strong, despite obviously quite challenging times. We want to continue, we want and will continue to invest in our core web technologies. As I mentioned earlier, we were one of the first retailers to offer an end-to-end e-commerce experience. So we want to continue to invest in that, with ultimately the aim is for the customer journey to be as frictionless as possible, as a lot of your other customers will do. We invest heavily in analytics. We have invest heavily in conversion rate optimization to make sure that the customer journey is as pain-free as possible, and ensuring that we're developing in the right areas and making the right decisions. And then I guess more broadly, we're looking at other new technologies. So again, with voice commerce, which is very much in its infancy, we're the first UK retailer to offer an end-to-end Alexa skill voice commerce experience. It's absolutely in its infancy, as I say, but we see that potentially growing in the future, and we're keen to develop experiences such as that in parallel to our core web functionality, which for the moment is obviously where we see the vast majority of our orders. Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, it's something that historically we haven't done. So historically, our florists would contact us via telephone call or via an internal email system. With the absence of telephone calls, we've needed to find a replacement means of contact that gives florists that that immediacy, as I said, the benefit of live chat through iAdvise is obviously that immediacy. Um, so we're looking to introduce that, and the reason we would do that, if you can imagine, if a customer walks into a florist shop, and a customer has a query that for whatever reason that florist isn't unable to answer with the information that they have, if they need to contact us, they can't wait for us to respond to an email as quick as we may be. They need that instant response that I advise live chat will offer them. Um, I fully expect customer loyalty, as it always has been, will be as a result of offering both them as a customer an enjoyable, frictionless experience, and then obviously equally as important, delighting the recipient who receives the floral gift. So the floral gift made up by one of our local florists, delivered by hand, currently obviously contactless, delighting the recipient. So doing those two things by definition um, should drive loyalty, repeat purchase, all those metrics that we monitor within marketing and e-commerce, should be a result of offering customers and recipients a fantastic service. Um, that in turn drives the brand, grows the brand, and then the profitability element, obviously, which is key to any business, comes as a result of those things. Excellent.